Konnichiwa, and welcome to episode 57 of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. And much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. If you enjoy the program, then you might consider subscribing on iTunes and leaving a review. We would love to hear what you think about the series. Also, if you would like your own access to 102 years of the accumulated wisdom of Dale Carnegie Training through free white papers, free guidebooks, reports, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much more, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com. And today we're going to talk about a successful sales environment. What are today's revenue results? How much is in the pipeline? When will we get paid by the client? What is the run rate? Will we meet our budget? This is the lexicon of sales. The sales results are the end product of a series of processes. There is usually ample attention placed on sales processes, but sometimes we need to step back from the detail, the mechanics, the techniques, and contemplate the overall environment we have created for sales to flourish. Your Japanese sales manager yelling at the sales team and berating them for underperformance is usually not very productive because the motivation drops and a vicious downward spiral kicks in. The client's best interests are out the window immediately, and in short order, the brand flesh wounds start to accumulate. We need to redirect the team's performance by moving things forward rather than constantly combing through the bitter ashes of past defeats. Here are 5 environment builders to boost the success of your sales team. Beat our rivals. Sales can become very internally focused. The constant review of sales numbers and focus on existing clients draws us into a web of self-absorption. Shifting the world into us and them can be great for focus and encouragement. Unfortunately, a lot of the us and them is often internally focused. This is usually centered on the failings of marketing or IT or production or just about anybody outside of sales who can be blamed. Better to focus this caustic energy on the competition. Intense rivalry is a motivator, and beating the other sales team in the other organization is a worthy goal that appeals to the competitive nature of salespeople. So, focus them outward. High income factory. Having no limits on salespeople's earnings motivates. Pretty obvious. Sadly, the ego of the president or the sales director can get swept up in this commission-based melee, especially when they realize that individual salespeople are earning more than they are. Emasculating or ending a successful sales structure because of executive ego or greed is stupid, but still happens anyway. Rather than reducing commissions, keep the no ceiling attraction there to drive results, and it becomes a win-win for everyone. Japan rarely operates on 100% commission, so there is usually a base commission trade-off. Keeping the unlimited income prospect in everyone's sights is good business because the corresponding base pay rates can be kept lower. If performance takes time to produce or is not being generated, then the actual fixed costs remain low. The more salespeople succeed, the more attractive you are to the quality talent you want to attract and retain. Focus on personal development. The basics of sales can't be neglected or truncated. Every high-performance athlete or sports team goes back to the basics at the start of every season. Salespeople are no different. Back to the basics on a regular basis eliminates or confines bad habits. Your own presentation can become boring. The client usually only ever hears it once, but the salesperson could be giving the same basic presentation 20 to 30 times a week. Shortcuts emerge, best practices are trimmed, inconsistencies pop up. Complacency arises when salespeople, even the good ones, find themselves immersed in routine. Stimulation to vary the presentation or to inject some fresh ideas into the sales conversation is definitely needed. Training, attending sales rallies, industry-related conferences and events, support for reading and online courses are all magic stimuli for salespeople. Self-directed. In the famous movie Glenn Ross, the sales leads are so valuable they are placed in the company safe. Ace sales guy Ricky Roma, played by Al Pacino, is the only one who is not dependent on the company-provided leads. Moral of the story? Don't let salespeople become dependent on leads generated by the marketing department or from the web. The best sales culture is one of accountability for production, independence, and a will to achieve. Organized tenacity, creativity, freedom, success orientation should be the dominant attributes. Make it clear at the hiring point that this is a how we roll here, because sales is a brutally honest results culture. High praise and recognition culture. It may be thought that self-directed salespeople don't need praise or approbation. They want it anyway. Don't ever underestimate the competitive nature of salespeople and their appetite for having their egos stroked. Successful sales leadership builds people and manages processes. Paying attention to the macro environment as well as the gritty detail will help build a sustainable, high-performance culture in your sales organization. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then you might consider subscribing on iTunes and leaving us a review. Remember, to access your Dale Carnegie training, free white papers, guidebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much more, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.